I remember when I used to just really wish that I could get to six figures in my nonprofit. I was like, if I can just get to six figures, I will be able to really make a difference and really change the world. Hi, everybody. I am Samar Michelle Days, and I am your small business and nonprofit strategist. And I am also a current founder of a thriving nonprofit. And we are in the top 12% of revenue of nonprofits in the country, which is over $500,000 a year. The reason that I am such an amazing strategist is because I do this work every day, right? And yes, I'm tooting my own horn, but that's because so many people come to me and they want to know the strategies of making $50K to $100K in their nonprofits and how to build those revenue streams. And so I want to talk to you today about those revenue streams. And so it all starts with your purpose and your mission. It all starts with the programs that you create and that you build programs that are able to sustain a couple of different income streams, right? So you want to be able to not only get grants and foundation support, you want to be able to get individual donors, you want individual eyes, as well as organizations on your mission, right? So you want to make sure that you also have a revenue stream. Many nonprofits think that they can't have revenue. They think that things are supposed to be free all the time. And you can have revenue in your nonprofit and build that. But this all starts with your purpose and your mission, y'all. Nonprofits are mission driven. The IRS wants to make sure that all the money that is going into your nonprofit is on mission. Period. People worry about getting in trouble with their nonprofits. And the reason that they worry is because they are all over the place. You have to make sure that you have a clear mission and make sure that you have a clear strategy, right? So then you want to talk about getting this revenue in, and we're talking about building revenue streams. So in order to build those revenue streams, you have to be able to maintain the back end of those revenue streams. That means that you can actually function on the money side of your nonprofit. So I always teach my clients to make sure that they have a clear way for people to give you money. So you're out here asking for donations and asking for people to support your mission. But when they go click on your Instagram or click on your website, there's nothing. It goes to a page and say, what do the things say, like 404 or 505? It's not even working and it's not even functioning. So you have to make sure that you have a way for people to actually give you money if that's how you're getting the money. But let's say you're getting the money through grants. Is your checking account together? Do you have all of your paperwork? Do you have your 501c3 documentation? Is it revoked or is it current? Like, those are things that a lot of people will be like, I need money, money, money. I'm trying to get revenue, revenue, revenue. But the way that I help my clients is to make sure that all of those things are in order. Because if you don't have a checking account to accept the grant funds, there's no purpose in getting grant funds, right? And if you do have the checking account, but you don't have the financial statements for the checking account, then you need to make sure those things are in order before you start seeking out that funding, because the money is there, y'all. There is money out here. There's money in every state, in every county, federally, and you are able to access that money in lots of different ways and lots of different streams. But the key is that you have to be able to accept that money. And so, after we build our mission and after we build our programs, we have to make sure that we have that money together. We have those revenue streams and we are able to accept those dollars from either individual people, either individual donors. If we are selling products and services under our nonprofit, which is legal, then as long as it's on mission, if we are doing that, then we have to be able to accept that income in and accept it in the right way. And do we have those payment platforms and everything in place to accept those dollars? Because we're going to say, I need money, I need funding, but can you get the money into the door? That is the question. That is what you want to make sure that you're doing, right? And then all of that ties into the management of that money, right? Do you have your systems in place once the money comes through the door to give those proper receipts, to make sure that you're tracking who donated money to you, that you are thanking them? Because if you don't say thank you to me, then I don't think I'm going to give you no money no more. Because who does that? So we have to make sure that we have those tools in place so that you can get that money in. You can thank your donors properly. Maybe it's if it's a grant, then you have to report on it properly. Do you have the management tools in place to report on that money properly? So I mean, until I'm blue in the face, people are like, Samara Michelle, can you help me find a grant? Can you help me write a grant? I'm not winning a grant, but we can write and win. I'm going to teach you that for sure. But we also have to have these other things in place, because if you write and win, we want to write and win again and again and again and again. So the management piece is important. If you have revenue coming in from services, if you have contracts with clients, do you have an invoicing system? Are you invoicing? Do you have a system to invoice? Can you send an invoice and then get the money back? How are they going to send you that money back? Are they going to send you that money via check? Do you have a Stripe account? These are the things that I do to help build revenue and revenue streams in nonprofits. Because we can have 5, 6, 7 revenue streams coming into the nonprofit. We can have money flowing all through the nonprofit, but can we accept it, right? So we can have contract money coming in. We can have money from individual sales and fundraisers, fundraising events. We can have money coming in from grants. We can have money coming in from foundation donors, right? We can have government contract money coming in. We can have contracts with businesses. We can have sponsorships from corporations. These are all the different revenue streams that you can get and that you can get going for your nonprofit. But the key is, can you handle these revenue streams? Do you have a process? And are you going to be able to maintain relationship with the people that are giving you money so that you can do it over and over and over and over again? Nonprofits are a business. They are a business just like any big business that you can think of. A Best Buy or a, they're big business. And if you think of a big business nonprofit as a hospital or the YMCA, and so they have different revenue streams. They have lots of money coming in different ways, but they're able to handle that money and process that money and then treat it right on the back end. So you have to have the plan. You have to have the program in place. And then as you get that money in and be able to manage it properly. I am Samara Michelle Days. I am a nonprofit small business strategist. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something about revenue streams and getting your revenue streams to that 50 or 100K mark, please like, share, subscribe this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Look in the comments below. I'm going to give you some ways to connect with me. If you want to work with me, go to SamaraMichelleConsulting.com. Click work with me. We can talk about ways that we can work together, how I can help you build and strengthen and sustain your nonprofit organization.